Hey guys, Lauren Howman. And I had a weird face because I was waiting for this to start and it was not going at all. It was like start. It wasn't working. So anyway, as the title of the live states tonight, I wanted to talk about how you learn to think about your challenges in this program that I'm doing. And I was just on the phone last night with a friend and we were talking about how we sabotage ourselves and our results with food. And it's one of those things that I think we all grew up on, and it's really hard to get away from. So let's just start with what my story was, or let's start with what my friend's story was. My friend's story was her children are a little bit overweight. I have a child who's also a little bit overweight, and the thing is that we reward them with food, and we were also rewarded with food as kids too, and that's just really how it went. And so yesterday, if you saw my Facebook post about me shopping for jeans, you know that I was truly excited. I had been wearing jeans like straight ratcheted to myself with like belts that would just like really hold, and they were 2 to 4 sizes too small or too big for me. And I really hate shopping because you leave, you feel like, gosh, you just feel terrible about yourself. You feel terrible, like you just feel ugly, you feel fat, you feel this, you feel that. You're depressed, you know, all this is going on because you went into this dressing room with this horrible lighting with all of these mirrors around you, and then nothing fit. Nothing would zip, or the size that you thought you were gonna wear was way too small. And so I went shopping yesterday and actually did really well. Like I walked out of JCPenney's in 20 minutes flat with 3 new pairs of jeans. And guess what happened to my brain at that moment? At that particular moment, I was like, oh, okay, it's time to celebrate. Like I got to buy all these small jeans and I got to shop in the juniors department. And hang on a second. What's going on with this video? So I got all excited. I was taking my child, my oldest child, to the trampoline park for a mommy cool day. And in my mind, I was thinking, what are we gonna eat to celebrate? What are we gonna drink to celebrate? You know, hey Debbie. And my first thought was wine. And my second thought was some elaborate meal. And I had to stop. And so the program that I'm on now really teaches you how to change your mind about the way you're thinking and change your healthy habits. Change your habits from habits of disease to habits of health. And so I stopped right there. I was like, okay, what? Really? Because what am I going to do with some extravagant meal? What am I going to do with a bottle of wine? I'm going to take the results that I'm so proud of, and the fact that I could go shopping in the juniors department, and the fact that I walked out with 3 amazing pairs of pants. Hey Meredith, hey sister. I'm going to take that moment, that triumphant moment, and I'm going to go and sabotage it by having some extravagant meal or having wine as a reward. And what is that going to do for me? Does that move me closer to my goals of health, long-term health, or does that move me away from my goals of health and more towards habits of disease? And so that's what my program teaches you. And so what I call that, and what the program calls it, is the stop, challenge, and choose. So I stopped right there in my tracks and thought, what is this going to do for me? Is it going to lead me down the path to having more successful shopping trips and having trips where I can easily go into JCPenney or whatever the store it is that you choose? JCPenney is just super conveniently laid out for me, so I love that store because it's not an overload for my senses. I can just like go to like one little department and like get my stuff done and really quickly. Or so whatever I'm thinking about in my mind, is that going to lead me towards more trips like that? More trips in JCPenney's that take 20 minutes and I walk out with 3 amazing pairs of jeans? Or is it going to lead me back towards the path of where I'm ordering my clothes online because I don't want to know how they fit in the store, because I don't want to see myself in that bad lighting? I don't want to pull up a pair of pants and have a muffin top, or you pull them up to your knees and you're like, yeah, those aren't going to fit. We can take them off, and then you have to peel them off your calves. So what was I doing? So I stopped, I thought about it, and then I said, no, that's not what I'm going to do. And I think that's really important because that's what this program does. I am coaching and following a program that not only teaches you how to lose weight and fuel your body properly, but it's also going to help you fuel your brain with good information that's going to help you make better decisions in the long run and keep you on the path to better health, rather than drinking the bottle of wine or having the extravagant meal that's not on your meal plan and moving you away from those pants that just started fitting you, right? Does that make sense to anybody? If I'm way off, somebody tell me, but it was really a big thing for me to realize. And guys, I grew up in a food reward system. And what I was talking to my good friend about last night was that we all did, you know, like, and we're doing it with our kids now. We do it with our kids. Like, so if Cole and Cameron are both doing really well with their soccer, or before we go to soccer, you know, they're kind of putzing around the field and not really doing what they're supposed to do because they're kids. And, you know, we're like, if you can put your foot on the ball and like actually pay attention. Hey, Julie, thanks for watching. If we can get our, you know, so we're like, if you just put your foot on the ball, if you just, you know, and forget it if you make a goal, like that's a whole nother story. But basically we reward our children with food. And so if they have a really good day at soccer, we reward them with a milkshake from McDonald's. Like, is that a good thing? Probably not. And, you know, you can move with parenting, you can move that into other things. Like maybe you'll get 5 extra minutes before bedtime tonight, or maybe we'll read 1 extra book, or maybe we'll buy you a toy. I don't know about that either, because my kids are a little bit too privileged with that already. So maybe that's not what we want to do. But the whole point is stop, challenge, and choose. Stop the madness. Like, let's stop the food rewards, because food is meant to be eaten to live and not to live to eat. And so we're teaching our children that too. And I definitely was brought up in that world as well. And I think we all really were. And so my good friend and I were on the phone last night and we were talking about this. And it's really just one of those things like, oh guys, we had a really hard, this was her example. We had a really hard week, you know, let's go get pizza for dinner. And you know, that's convenient, that's great, but it's also using food as a reward, and it's teaching kids, and then as adults, we're becoming these people who thrive on food rewards, and that's awful. It's awful. It's an awful mindset. And then I was talking to one of my clients today who was feeling really deprived in her food plan today, and I was like, here's the deal, girlfriend. Straight up, this is not a punishment. This is empowering you to be able to make those healthy choices that will further your, I was about to say career, but will further your life in a healthy manner rather than moving you back towards what you didn't want. So if we can remember our goals and we can remember what we are striving for, then maybe the pizza doesn't sound as good, right? Like maybe the pizza sounds like something that's going to throw us into a carb craving and going to throw us off of our plan. And instead, maybe we should do something different to reward ourselves in life. I feel like that was a mind-blowing moment, so I just like took a pause. So it's really difficult though, because I, as a parent, have done food rewards with my children for a very long time, and I need to move out of that. But we also don't need to move them to a toy reward, because they already have too much for sure. But maybe a better idea would be, hey, you did really good at soccer today. I'm so proud of you. And let's play for 5 extra minutes tonight, or something that they really value. They love wrestling with Kyle, my husband. And he doesn't always want to do that because it's hard on his knees. Hey, Fatima, how are you? He doesn't always love doing that because it's hard on his knees, and you know, we're tired, it's late. But maybe good soccer behavior equals 5 extra minutes. Hey Ryan, 5 extra minutes of him wrestling with them. Isn't that better? And so when we're looking at ourselves, I have sabotaged myself so many times in my health journey, which started back in January of this year, that so every time I see a lower number on the scale, every time, I have to go through this process with myself, because I see the lowest number. And guys, I've lost 16 pounds on this plan so far. And I'm like, in my mind, like 4, 5, 6 pounds off from my goal weight. And then we're gonna go from there. So I'm really, really close. But every time I hit a lower number, I totally go to that place in my mind where I should reward myself. And what does that reward do? So no, wine does not make me gain weight, not much anyway, like maybe a pound difference if I did it right. But what does it do to my eating habits? Because, you know, alcohol lowers your inhibitions. And when your inhibitions are lowered, guess what happens next? You raid the fridge. Am I right? You all know this. Everybody knows this. You're going to raid the fridge. And when you raid the fridge, you're going to eat stupid stuff that you would never eat before. You know, as a person who has been on this journey for a while, I really like things that are healthy. Steak and broccoli, chicken and cauliflower, cut up raw vegetables, cucumbers, green peppers, red peppers, orange peppers, anything like that. But if you get a little alcohol in me, guess what happens? I'm going to eat Cheetos, Doritos, animal crackers, promise you that. Don't even like those dry things. Those things will dehydrate you in a hot second. But that's what happens if you lower your inhibitions through a substance like that. So it's not the alcohol per se, it's more of what happens as a result of you consuming that beverage, that your inhibitions get lowered, and then you start going down that path of just doing really bad things. And when you do that, then you really have really slowed down your progress of what your goal is. And so that's what I really wanted to come and say to everybody tonight, because I think we all have been down that path. And I think we were all raised that way, you know, like we were raised in a time where obesity wasn't like a thing. It's totally a thing now, but it wasn't back then. Like I'm turning 40 this year, so back then, no, that wasn't a thing. And we really have to change our minds. And this program really helps you do that. It really helps you stop, think about what you're thinking about. Did I say that right? You guys know me, I'm all over the place. Stop, think about what you're thinking about. I did say it right. And then think about it, make a decision based on the pros and cons, and then go from there. And you know what? If that glass of wine was that important, then I would have done it. But it wasn't. And it really wasn't. It really would have led me down a path that was not going to put me towards my goals. And that is what we need to be doing. The mindset is what changes you from a person who can lose weight to a person who can maintain weight loss and maintain, there's the help. Oh, that's a cool plane. There's something really cool going over my house right now. Little plane, it's only like 200 feet in the sky. Glad it's passing over and not gonna land in my backyard. So the program really helps you learn how to make mindset changes that will keep you healthy and not just help you lose the weight. So when I talk to you individually, or when I come on here and tell everybody on Facebook what I'm doing, what you need to know is that it's all about mindset. The nutritional plan part, yeah, that's pretty important, just to help you lose your weight initially, right? But once you lose the weight, what are you gonna do? Because diets fail 95% of the time. And why do they fail? Because they don't teach you how to keep it off. And to keep it off, you have to change your mind about food. So we have to go from eating, hold on. I was about to say that all backwards again. We have to go from living to eat to eating to live. And that's really what we have to do. And if we can't do that, then we can lose all the weight we want, but guess what? We're gonna have to lose it again because we're gonna gain it right back, and then probably a couple more pounds because we go into that rebound mode. So the other thing is that I was talking to a client today who said she felt really deprived. I know I already touched on this a little bit at the beginning of the video, but she was feeling deprived, and I was like, girlfriend, you are empowered. You're making a decision not to eat the pizza that's not gonna move you in the path of health, right? Like, you are making the decision to stop some foods for a time period so that you can get to where you need to be. And once you get there, we're going to incorporate all of those foods back into your program, and you're going to learn to just eat healthy, second nature. You're just going to be able to do it without pause. Like, you won't even have to think about it. Or if you do, it'll be a stop, challenge, choose, and you'll just stop, challenge what your brain was saying, and then choose what you want to do instead of just diving into the pizza, or diving into the alcohol, or diving into the, I don't know, whatever, Starbucks, or whatever it would be for you. I had to stop, challenge, and choose on Starbucks this morning too, because I was in line at Starbucks and I really wanted a white chocolate mocha, and what I really got was black coffee, which was best for what I want to do with my health. So I hope this gives you guys some value. I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. I was at the pumpkin patch today, the pumpkin farm in Ramsire. I don't know how to say that. I'm not from the north, guys. And these northern names are spelled funny, so I just pronounce them as best as I can. You know what I mean? So we were there and we took a family friend with us and we had a great time. And I hope everybody else had a great Saturday, and I'll see you again soon. Reach out if you would like to discuss with me what you can do to increase your health or to better your health, lower your weight, gain weight, get better sleep, better your finances, any of that stuff. Reach out to me. It's a conversation, and it doesn't mean it's not a contract. It's a conversation. So if it resonates with you, we go forward and you have rockin' results. If it doesn't resonate with you, I will support you in whatever you're trying to do to get healthy for yourself. Doesn't matter what you want to do. I'll support you. So I'll be a cheerleader for you. And that's it. I'm going to go back inside because it is really cold out here. So I hope everybody has a great night. Bye, guys.